Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
An NDSU student viciously beaten over the weekend has a long road to recovery. That student, Isaiah Smith from Brainerd, Minnesota, is receiving support from the community with a fundraising site nearing $40,000. As Isaiah recovers, police are investigating the attack, and students who live near where it happened say they're going to be a little more cautious when going out at night. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker has the story.
I think it throws kids off every now and then to see something wrong happen around the area, because Fargo is, for a lot of people, a safe place.
NDSU student body president Mason Wenzel on the brutal attack that left Isaiah Smith, an NDSU nursing student, beaten so badly he had to go through 7 hours of surgery and now has a lengthy road to recovery.
That's not Fargo. This incident isn't what Fargo is.
The attack happened right across the street from the NDSU campus at a park that's surrounded by dozens of houses and apartments where students live.
I live around here, so obviously I want them to know that it's like a safe place to be, you know. Obviously I want my friends to come and hang out at my dorm.
Mason Wentz and his buddies say this happening shows Fargo is no longer the small town it used to be. However, the student body president pushes back against those concerns, saying Fargo is not rampant with people waiting in dark alleys to strike.
It's unfortunate that a few bad behaviors of people who really are just a terrible depiction of Fargo are painting this picture of what we're about, and I think that's just not the case.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
North Dakota State did not alert students about this incident because they say it didn't happen on campus, and the Fargo PD said there wasn't a threat to those in the area. The police tell us they interviewed 3 people and expect to send the case to the Cass County State's Attorney's Office to press charges soon. Some new information on a missing persons case out of Alexandria, Minnesota. Police have arrested 3 people following the safe return of Jasmine Ann Block. The 15-year-old, who was missing for nearly a month, was found today in rural Grant County. The Alexandria Police Department says they're not releasing the names of those arrested because it could jeopardize their investigation. Block is now being treated for minor injuries at the Douglas County Hospital and has been reunited with her family. Authorities say they plan to release more information on the case tomorrow. An update to a shooting that we reported to you back in July. Authorities say they were able to track down the people involved by finding a class ring at the scene. On July 25th, the Moorhead police responded to the Azul Shopping Center and this apartment near there after reports of shots being fired during a drug deal turned robbery. 3 men were arrested, including D'Angelo Brooks and Raekwon Thomas, after police found Thomas's wrestling championship class ring at the scene of the crime. Thomas says Brooks said that he would pay him $140 to help steal drugs and then turn around and sell them. Thomas, Brooks, and a 3rd man who assisted the 2 are now in jail, facing charges of aggravated robbery. Police say a Grand Forks area man is in jail after fleeing from authorities. Police say 26-year-old Kyle Heinz is facing charges of reckless endangerment and fleeing, among others, in Minnesota and North Dakota after the chase through Greater Grand Forks. Police say they tried to stop Heinz because he had a warrant out for his arrest, but he took off, leading them from Grand Forks over to East Grand Forks until police used spike strips and a pit maneuver to stop him. Court documents related to the Savannah Greywind case are sealed until a verdict is reached, a guilty plea is entered, or the cases are dismissed. This is a picture showing a list of 10 warrants, which are normally publicly available documents that cannot be opened. Filed with those warrants, half a dozen court motions and orders to seal them up. The court lists 4 reasons for keeping the details secret. Both Brooke Cruz and William Hohen face conspiracy to commit murder charges, among others. The court says if these warrants are made public, it risks undermining their right to a fair trial. They say there's no remedy short of sealing them to protect the details prior to any trial. And lastly, there's no other alternative to closing the records. Wadena County authorities are still looking for a sex offender after he failed to register and had sexually related online conversations with young girls. Timothy George Bungert also tried to meet up with one of the girls that he was talking to online, none of which knew who he was. He was last registered as living in Sebeka, Minnesota. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact the Wadena County Sheriff's Office using the number there right at the bottom of your screen. A Fargo man convicted of brutally killing 2 people will be locked up for the rest of his life. A judge in Fargo has sentenced Ashley Hunter to 2 life terms in prison with no chance for parole. Ashley Hunter was found guilty of murdering Clarence Flowers and Samuel Trott during what defense attorneys describe as a drug-fueled rage. Today in court, investigators, family and friends of the victims filled the courtroom to learn Hunter's fate. Here's what Samuel Trott's mother had to say.
As family, the pain is always with us. Samuel's sister's hard question to be asked is, do you have any siblings? My hard question to be asked is, how are you doing? Unprovoked violent crime of this magnitude should be dealt with loss of freedom forever. Life in prison without parole.
Hunter apologized to the families and said they'll be in his thoughts and prayers as long as he lives. The Trump administration is moving to get rid of DACA, an Obama-era program preventing the deportation of undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. As Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer tells us, the change isn't coming without pushback from both Dreamers and Congress.
It's about the future of America.
Jungkook Kim came to America from Seoul, South Korea when he was just 15. Now at 33, he's in Washington defending his right to stay in the U.S. He's just one of the hundreds of thousands of immigrants that could be impacted by the Trump administration's decision to end the DACA program, but they're fighting back.
Now is the best, I think it's the best opportunity, only chance we have to push as much as we can.
Dreamers aren't the only ones speaking out. A bipartisan group of lawmakers are putting forward a bill to help create a clear path to citizenship for these dreamers.
These kids have done great for America.
Senate Minority Leader and New York Senior Senator Chuck Schumer recently visited Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. He says several of their best students are dreamers, and he believes they should stay.
If the president tries to remove them, I think you'll find a bipartisan effort in Congress to keep them here.
But the Trump administration is standing behind its decision, giving this response to the minority leader.
If he wants a permanent fix, he can work hard to make sure that the Congress passes a bill that they can present to the president.
Carlos Diaz-Rosello says the threat from 10 states saying they were going to challenge the program in court pushed the administration to make its decision. Rosello says President Trump always believed DACA was an unconstitutional executive action by President Obama. Now he wants Congress to take the lead.
For Congress to pass a bill that they can put in his desk that would make this a legal solution, not an illegal, unconstitutional, temporary solution.
The reversal won't go into effect for 6 months, giving Congress time to act as the clock for these dreamers ticks away. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
The state of North Dakota is gearing up for a visit from the president tomorrow. President Trump is set to speak at an oil refinery in Mandan sometime after 3 in the afternoon. We're told the president will be covering his plans for tax reform in a speech, and Valley News Live will have a crew there to cover all the action. We will be live streaming the event and also bringing you reaction to the speech from Valley News teams Mike Morkin and 630 Point of View host Chris Berg. We now know the name of the man arrested today following a double stabbing yesterday in Grand Forks. Jordan Parisian was arrested this morning south of the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Police are not connecting him to the stabbing right now. However, he fits the description from a victim. Police say he was seen trying to break into the same apartment where the stabbing took place yesterday. Parisian is being held for burglary and criminal trespass. Authorities are still advising people to lock their doors and call if they see suspicious activity. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with No Wait Weather.
Well, if you thought today was chilly, tomorrow morning might take your breath away, at least briefly in some spots.
Yeah, maybe you don't crack the windows as much or not at all.
Yeah, it might help with the mosquito population.
Yeah,
We're looking for positives here. Let's take a look outside. Right now, your temperature at Hector, 50 degrees, 52 in Moorhead. And look at the wind has tapered off to only 8 miles per hour. Dew points are in the 30s. And that is a sign with clear skies and calming winds of just about how low we can go. Here is a look at temperatures holding on to 50 Wahpeton, 55 Gwinner, Devil's Lake 51. And look at this, we're already in the 40s in Thief River Falls and Bemidji, mid-40s there. The cool is taking hold. Here's a look. Our north winds really drove these clouds through the region. More thick clouds working their way through central Minnesota and into parts of northern South Dakota. The rest of the region clearing out pretty nicely as we head into the overnight. All right, your overnight forecast with clear skies and calm winds. We cool rather rapidly, but the coldest locations will not only be far north because that's where the cold air is coming from, but it's drier there over the last month and a half or so. So we're looking for some chilly start your day temperatures in the Northern Valley that could slip in some spots to the mid-30s, and that'll be cool enough for some frost in low-lying areas here and there. Grand Forks all the way through Langdon, the Cavalier area out towards Roseau also. Rest of us will start the day near 40, and it's going to be a slow warming morning with temperatures climbing only to around 60 in your lunch hour. The good news is the north winds will take a little bit of a vacation, only at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Look at the clouds. Best chance of those will be east of the Red River, low 60s for afternoon temperatures there as a rule, and a chance at a couple of 70-degree readings out west. But by and large, it's going to be another cool day, just not as windy or as raw as it was today. Rise and shine, and 39 will be the temperature on your car's thermometer in the morning. It does look like temperatures will be best right after work. 71 degrees for the dinner hour, 73 Grand Forks, 68 in Valley City. And we'll have a lot of low 60s across western and central Minnesota, and isolated upper 50, not out of the question in the 5 o'clock hour. Even the squirrels are enjoying a nice meal before a cold night. Thanks, Donna, for uploading this. Maybe preparing for winter. Your forecast shows we're a long ways from winter. Yes, it'll be cold tomorrow with a 71-degree high, but we're back to above average Thursday and sunny. Friday, closing the week off just right, mid-70s, very comfortable. Hot on the weekend, 82 Saturday, mid and upper 80s possible across the Dakotas on Sunday. Sunday night, a chance for some thunderstorms. We start the work week off pretty warm as well. All right, here's the very latest on Hurricane Irma continuing to approach the islands out here, and as it does so, still having a well-defined eye, 550 miles or so across this storm, still 185-mile-per-hour winds, so Category 5, a strong one, is expected to weaken a bit, and the latest forecast takes it in to the southern peninsula of Florida. Models do diverge on their solutions as we get closer to that, but this is the weekend we're talking about. A very dangerous storm, so anywhere from Fort Myers and Tampa to Miami, and actually all the way out towards Georgia and the Carolinas have to be concerned. This system is quite strong, in the top 5 for strongest winds in the Atlantic Basin ever. We're going to keep our eyes on that, and we'll keep you updated right here. But for us, the wind goes away tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And the positive, too, those 80s at the end of the week.
Then the mosquitoes come back, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Thank
give
you.
and take. Yeah.
A decades-long sales boom for one big toy maker has come to an end, with consequences for its employees. That's later on Valley News Live 10 at 10. But first, why getting an eye exam early on can help prevent a certain disease in young children.